I guess this is an addendum to my video about Carson. Specifically, this will be about my concerns with the direction of online communities as a whole as a result of all this. Maybe I'm speaking a little too soon about what this story means for online culture at large, but I feel like this will mark a turning point in how we treat our communities, the people we interact with, the people we look up to, those who are supposed to make us laugh and smile. I frankly don't believe that there's any way we can go back to the way things were, and if that's the case, then where do we go from here? If we don't take the time to reflect on this and change as people and as a community, what would this event have meant? If we go about as usual from this, treat this as just Carson's problem, not ours, what does that say about us as people? Are we so cowardly as to not consider this a problem inherent to internet culture? And I'm not saying that this case of abuse is inherent to that culture. I'm speaking about the exploitation of people through the channels of social media. It happened with someone who we all generally respected, and that someone threw that respect away in order to indulge in this power trip. That alone warrants a conversation. I can't be the only one thinking this, right? It just seems like unless we address the problem here, the internet won't be fun anymore. We'll have this in our memory, possibly until we die, and it'll just make us suspicious of any and all people we meet or watch online, which isn't healthy. And I don't accept we won't let that happen, pinky swear. I think a dark cloud has formed over this side of the internet, and I don't think it will go away until we substantially rethink the relationship that exists between content creators and viewers and within communities as well. I felt stupid the next day after work after this happened because I kept considering making January 5th some kind of day of remembrance for victims of online abuse and exploitation to remind us of the real dangers that can occur online. Yeah, it seems stupid because of how niche this community was and is, but I can only imagine that the story will go beyond our borders, especially because Carson was a recognized face across the internet, largely thanks to the various memes about him and from his videos. I just want to make it clear that what we should be doing is substantially changing the etiquette and mores of what it means to interact with our online celebrities and even with each other. I don't think automatically assuming content creators or everyone else on the internet is scum is the right solution, but I think we can stipulate rules and boundaries for our interactions designed to protect people from abuse and exploitation, and thereby enjoy our time online with a better conscience, as long as those boundaries hold and are actually protecting people. But if you can only enjoy the people you watch on YouTube or Twitch because you think they're your friend or something, I don't think you're mentally prepared to be on the internet. I don't say that to be mean, I just don't think vulnerable people should be exposed to the dependence viewers can have on these people. To close this video, I want to give a perspective on how long we as a species have been talking to each other on the internet. The first form of online chat was developed by the US government in 1971, and 2 years later the University of Illinois developed a similar system for Plato computers. The predecessor to the bulletin board system, itself a predecessor to image boards, appeared in 1973 and developed into BBS's proper in 1978. The precursor to the MMO, the multi-user dungeon, was created in 1975. The first commercial use of online chat came out in 1980 and gained traction under AOL from there. Around the same time, personal computers were becoming more affordable. Voice chat became commercially viable in 1992. The first internet forums started appearing in 1994. 2channel opens up in 1998 and introduces the West to the potential of online communication, inspiring the creation of 4chan in 2003, which established the etiquette of internet culture for almost a decade, for better or worse. Ventrilo released in 2002 and Skype in 2003. MySpace opened up the same year with its Undertaker Facebook being released the year later in 2004, and in the same year, the world was introduced to the taste of the darker side of the internet with NBC's To Catch a Predator. Finally, YouTube was launched in 2005 and Twitter in 2006. Of course, there have been apps and sites released after that time which are more important today, but the mediums of communication haven't changed much since. But take this into perspective. Online chat started almost half a century ago. Internet culture started germinating around a generation ago, and social media was properly established over 15 years ago. We all in that time learned how social media works, how to navigate it, and how to abuse it. One of the largest threads online in the 2000s was ironically titled, "I am lonely, will anyone speak to me?" And since that time, this paradox of large communities of lonely people has only grown and multiplied. And frankly, it's becoming evident that this kind of culture is going to continue to generate cases of abuse, manipulation, and exploitation. We have to change that. And I think content creators have a greater responsibility to regulate these changes, but us as viewers should keep each other in line as well. I say this because either we will make that change, or that change is going to come to us. I hope we choose the former, but keep in mind that the clock is ticking, and the risk of imposed boundaries grows with each passing day. And then the internet won't be fun at all.